Realistic life. I'm back, bitches. Back from the future, back from the past. It's been a little harsh, people. It's been a little harsh, these changes, but nothing that we can't pull through. So, you know me, I go straight to business. Let's see what universe has in storage for my collective, whoever does listen to these messages or not, you know. And let's get the party started. It is my birthday month, y'all. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. So I'm grateful and appreciative, God, and thank you for the opportunity to better serve you, God. And that's all I got to say is being grateful. Page of Wands, you need to speak that Ten of Pentacles into existence because this is a message of an opportunity. This is a message to prosper a community, to change the community, to bring fairness and beauty. This is like Old Man Jenkins, Uncle Fest, the dog, the cat, the neighbor, the community. You know what I'm saying? Raising up. This is like finding solutions that can help us. Like we focusing on our individual situation. Because in order to make the world a better place, it must start with yourself. Once you can clear all that bullshit within your own life, then you can start addressing the neighborhood. And then from neighborhood, the actual jurisdiction or city. And from city and state, eventually, nation. But a lot of people, it's like, we want to go change the world. You can't change the world until you learn to change yourself and start small and gradually work your way into possibly, like I said, upgrading your own community. And that's why Jesus said, you know, be good to your neighbors. You know what I'm saying? Rather treat your neighbor how you want to be treated. So a lot of y'all maybe gonna go out in the community and present yourselves, leave a message, let them know you're here to help. Maybe if you're looking for work, because some of y'all, might have had difficulty working. Maybe you can do some odd jobs, cut somebody's grass, take an old person's garbage out, walk somebody's dog, help a mother and her child. You know what I'm saying? Like really involve yourself in the community as the help. And this is what's going to help prosper and bring back community in these neighborhoods, because your neighborhood might have potential, and there's also a lot of growth because they're building. So that means then the value goes up, right, on the real estate. And but a lot of y'all also trying to protect values. You're trying to protect the history. You know what I mean? You might have a beautiful park or something, you know what I mean, that you're like, I have to protect this park. Look at this page. There's messages. So like messages of taking action. This is action oriented messages and communication between pages of Pentacle pages. Very short and brief. You're not trying to sell them a script. You're not trying to convince anybody. This is like, look, you need this. This is what I can do. I need this. This is what, we can help each other, neighbor. And this is also keeping the neighborhood safe, keeping it close knit, people watching out for each other. And that's how we keep crime and corruption out of the neighborhood, is by sticking together. And each person has a place. When elderly people need help, you know what I'm saying, because they're vulnerable and people take advantage of them. And you just trying to be fair here. There might be a lot of old people that need company, that need you know what I'm saying, for you to crack a joke or something, because there's a lot of lonely, sick people. Me being in that position where I've had to experience it and witness it, you know, the best thing to do is to bring the spirit up by showing compassion and by extending oneself. And no, you don't have to be no CNN. You don't gotta, you know what I'm saying? I mean, of course, there's certain things that you can't do, right? But when it comes down to, hey, can I help you take your trash out or walk your dog or, be of service? And this is for my people who maybe don't have a job, who are looking for work, who are having hard time getting work. It's just start with your community, extending yourself. Let yourself be known almost. You know what I'm saying? Hermit. Maybe you've been slacking when it comes down to 555 taking action. You've been slacking. This hermit, you're in contemplation. You're trying to think of solutions. You're solution oriented. Like, you started this thing also, which they've been doing for a long time. But people that rescue like stray cats, people that actually pick up trash in their neighborhood, just doing little things, little oddities, and you never know how better it can make things, and it can raise the vibration. So, a lot of problems with certain communities and certain cities and shit. Why you have crime is because they don't look out for each other. Everybody's scary, cold, selfish, and, they would rather go sell drugs. They would rather shoot each other, and that's part of the program. Now, don't be part of the program and do the opposite. Don't allow these people to, again, use you as a pawn. Think about it. Don't allow them to use you as a pawn towards contributing towards the dysfunction of your own motherfucking people. And this is what I keep telling. It's like, I gotta be a better person before I ever expect you to be one. It's not my responsibility to look on his shoulder, except how can I help you, my brother or sister? That's about it. I don't, there's too much going on to be focusing on that when we could take that same energy and do something productive to raise the vibration of our of our cities and communities and territory. Okay, because war principality. How we gonna fight these fallen angels? We gonna fight principality by doing the opposite, by trying to, you know what I'm saying? This is why people like look at a lot of leaders, a lot of male leaders that have gotten shot and killed. They were doing a lot of good deeds in their community, and they were speaking upon the corruption, and it got them murdered. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is, plain and simple. But these are people who extended themselves towards trying to, instead of making excuses and complaining and judging and criticizing, they said, now let me do something about it. And this is the proper initiative that we must take. You a hermit. You've been thinking about this shit for a long time. You've seen how, you've witnessed it within the past. Because with hermit, somebody who's looking back on knowledge. Knowledge is usually, wisdom of all the acquired data you have acquired through experience of your past. So, as a result, through these experiences, you can now walk the path. You are ready, even though you're starting small with Page of Wands. You're just like, I'm a nobody. You know what I mean? I'm not famous. I'm not this superhero. I'm not this legend, even though I am. Even though I am. But this is like, you're establishing that. And it's time for you to get out there. And just instead of complaining about what's wrong in the world, try to be that willing participant to do what is right. You see? Be an example. You want to lead other people, you have to go out here and do it. Stop trying to tell people what to do. You cannot do that. They're not going to listen, and they're not going to follow. People will only follow when they can see that something actually works and you have given incentive and initiative and motivation. And a lot of times I get it. We're not motivated. But this is where it says start small. A small act of kindness goes a long way. You know what I mean? So I like this, Spirit. Why? This is gonna give you a lot of joy. With 9 of Cups, you're gonna be emotionally fulfilled. You're not getting you're not getting your fulfillment through fame, riches, vanity, right? The 7 deadly sins. You're not getting your emotional fulfillment through the pleasures of and the desires of the world. Your desire is to see the world in a better place. You know what I'm saying? Doing better. And you're not like on this destructive negative shit, but you understand the concept of why they destroy, even though the devil is gonna have to flee. 8 of Cups, this is like a community, a secret society, with this 3 of Cups, devil, 8 of Cups. This is somebody who is withholding your finances and keeping you in poverty. This is like a from rags to riches story, because you was always a Queen of Pentacles. Even though you look like a 5 of Pentacles, you was always a Queen of Pentacles. You, though, didn't have shit to prove to nobody, because you don't do this shit for clout. You really do this shit. So it's your duty. As a matter of fact, you have been masquerading in this 5 of Pentacle energy, because Spirit was testing. And these fucking people with the 8 of Cups, 3 of Cups, 8 of Cups, who celebrated on some downfall, right? They were keeping this wealth away from you, right? Secret society, you were making my life hell, which only built me into this fucking beast, this hermit. It was part of it. That's why I say with 9, completion, guide. You are a guide. You're not here to motherfucking let me learn this shit. You've done this shit too many times to be sitting here saying, I'm trying to figure it out. Nah, bitch, I came to handle business. And what I mean is what I say. Some of y'all want your own business with Queen of Pentacles. You want to be self-sufficient. You sick of it. And they've been fighting you with High Priestess and Strength. With High and Hermit. You know this from the bottom of your heart. These people try to set you up, lock you up, keep you in poverty, keep you sick, keep you suffering. You've been you're a High Priestess also with double Hermit. These people know they're going to jail for the shit they did to you, dog. And we're talking about these people in society. These are people that are in certain organizations. And that's all we're going to say. There's going to be fairness on these streets, because the justice system is going to have to clean out and tighten up. If you Masons have infiltrated the justice system where you have each other's back and people get away with murder, I'm sorry, there's no justice. And that's tyranny, bro. That you are so violating our Constitution in so many motherfucking ways, because you illegally dismantle it through 9/11. You had illegally dismantled our Constitution, starting with the right to bear privacy, and then you continue with the freedom of speech, and then with the right to bear arms. And then when you can get to a point where you can disarm the people, you basically can martial laws and then put us under submission to your new world order with your fucking chip ass system. And we're going to tell you right now, no, we will not go. No, we as a community will become sovereign, and we will become self-sufficient, and we will worry about each other, dog. And this is where you trying to build a separation of saying people that really want this, go here. If you want to be on board with the devils, motherfucker, go right ahead. But do not force people to do your dirty work and keep compromising them, because you're violating freedom and violating will. Free will. You're violating free will. That's a universal violation. I don't give a fuck about your earth violation. Your earth violation is petty. Y'all be changing laws like the weather. Y'all be changing laws like draws. Dirty fucking draws. And y'all just be allowing these corrupted legislation, paying off people, changing it up, putting people in power, giving people less time, getting people out of their situation. That's complete evil, dog. And if you don't see that shit for what it is, do not mix that shit with justice and court and law. Because even the devil under the courts has to be fair. Especially when he is going against the accuser. Okay, accused one. And these were people who with 7 of swords thought they can get away with it. But the devil don't work for you, though. Just because you sacrificing y'all babies to these devils, dog, these devils don't really work for you, dog. And they're going to turn on you because that's what they do. They're liars. They're killers and they're thieves. And this is how you know what the devil is. He's a thief. He came to steal, kill, destroy. You got to know your enemies, man. Because if they go around prowling, strength card, looking to devour the next weak victim. So a lot of y'all walked away from individuals who they were secretly part of these societies and cults and covens and blah, 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 organizations and gangs and organized crime and da, 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 da. I mean, should the list go fucking on? And these people were doing illegal monitoring. They were doing illegal investigations and stalking. They were harassing. They were putting fear. They were hazing, they were gang stalking, they were using technology to harass you, all this good shit. And nobody gave a fuck. And you got somebody like the police, who just laughs, who thinks the shit is funny, who thinks it's a joke that American citizens are being fucking harassed and targeted. And then we're being looked at as the crazy one until it starts to happen to you. Until your violation of your information, because you took that out with the 4th Amendment, your violation and the protection that you had over your information that they can sit here and classify, they can weaponize, they can put you in a category. So when you talk about, you're not going to take the chip, we're going to cut off every opportunity from you to survive. No, secret society, you cannot take my bare rights to my liberties, motherfucker. And I never traded to the point where you have that kind of control over somebody's life. And this is the problem, people, when you are living on assistance and welfare and all these things, that they compromise you and they keep you at a low level. You can't grow from that, basically. You stay in that rotation where you're being manipulated. They're really eating off of the homeless. Get what I'm saying? And I know, because